Great, thanks. Yeah, this is a major milestone for a company like MGM. It is taking quite a bit of time to kind of get this over the finish line, but last week when the Japanese government approved the plan for MGM and its partner Oryx to essentially greenlight this project to start building one of the most expensive casino resorts in all of the world, this is a major milestone for a company like MGM. So the property, like you said, will sit in Osaka, a city with about 19 million people in a country with 125 million people. So, there's a good supply-demand dynamic going on with this property. And, our estimates call for this property doing about $7 billion of US dollar of revenue in maturity.
Right, but you're talking about, I don't know how you would work out the net present value. I mean, the fact that MGM Resorts, the stock has not moved on this news, the news seems to be impacting Oryx more. I just want to understand, because if you're looking at, revenues coming in once the park opens in 2029, how do you price that in terms of the upside for MGM right now?
Yeah, so the stock didn't really move all much on the Thursday and Friday trading session, but it was a little bit surprising to me. So you can sit here and say it's going to take a while to get this property open. The company's targeting about 2029, and just given the size and scale of this project, it might take another 2 to 3 years to get this fully ramped. So we're talking somewhere around 2031, 2032 before we fully see the true earnings power of this project. So, we can sit here and figure out kind of the driving factors and how big this property might be in terms of revenue. Our back of the envelope math kind of implies that this can do about 1.5 billion US dollars in EBITDA. And then obviously you need to kind of cut that up between some of the partners. But for someone like MGM, we actually estimate this could be worth somewhere about $8 to $10 per share for the company. But, like you mentioned, the stock really didn't react off of this. I just think, some of the investment community might say, this is pretty far out. Let's see how this progresses over time before we kind of bake this into the stock.